119-109 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think in their last 8, including the playoffs, the Pelicans are 1-7 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Brandon Ingram gets injured. We're going to talk about that and what that means for the Pelicans and Brandon Ingram moving forward. Let's go.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth now.
Presented by the Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. Have you been injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore? Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. Yes, a free consultation. Always fight for the win. And as always, powered by 4D and sponsored by the best pizza in the city, Theo's. Lido Chaz, 5 Ross. At one point today, they were down 30. In the first half. So, we're going to obviously show off with Brandon Ingram and the injury and what that means moving forward. Looked like a really bad injury. We don't obviously have any information on it, but, Lido, I don't know. You're in a, we talked about this. We said, look, if you go in this season, no contract extension. You don't trade him, and God forbid he gets injured. Well, tonight, the worst case scenario happened with Brandon Ingram. Obviously, we hope he's okay. You never want to see anyone being injured. But Lido, what? Now what? Now what?
I don't know. I mean, it's a bad spot to be in this current juncture because. Like, hopefully he's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, like, I hope it's nothing serious.
Yeah.
But organizationally, like, you hoping for the same thing because, in this case, he either way, he walks, he gets 0 value. You know what I'm saying? Or like if he's hurt, you had a plan to move him, you can't trade him. What's up, Jared? I don't know. It's not good, but I do want to say this, and this is with all due respect, just talking about the game in general. I do not like the way Brandon addresses these OKC games, and it may not mean anything to him, but for me, I would think that that particular series is the reason why his value is decreased across the NBA. So I would think when you would play this team, you'd have a little extra. You know what I'm saying? Some, but I don't know. He left with 4 shots, 4 shot attempts, and I was telling you before the pod started, it was like he got switches on certain people and he didn't take advantage of. Like he had Hardenstein mid post, and he didn't attempt to like try to get around and pass it back to Trey. And I think he just played. I think this is probably with Lou Dort. He plays too slow. You can't get past him, and then he can't body him. So,
Lou Dort. Look, and I don't want. Look, he was 1 for 4 in the first half. They were down 30. Let's call a spade a spade. They made a nice little comeback. At the end they lose by 10. It doesn't look as bad. They were getting their ass kicked the whole night. Jared, I did want to talk about this a little bit. The way Lou Dort was defending Brandon. Did you think it was a dirty play in that second half? Like I saw some responses there on Twitter saying it was, Lou Dort landed in his space and it was an offensive foul. Like, did you think it was a dirty play?
No, like Lou Dort hasn't done anything dirty in this league since he's been around. To say this one time it happened against a guy he's been killing, right? Like he's been getting the best of Brandon. Why would he do that? Why would he purposely do that? That doesn't make logical sense. Right? Like he's been getting the best of Brandon. Well, he would probably want to go against Brandon. He wouldn't want to hurt Brandon. He just doesn't seem like the type. Like he's had numerous opportunities to, go against this dude. Why would now he pick when they're up 30 to hurt Brandon? It doesn't make logical sense by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. So Chaz, with the Brandon Ingram injury, obviously you hope he's back as soon as possible, but he's been in talks lately. Jake Fisher came out with obviously a video and an article about extensions and trade destinations and things of that nature. Well, where do you pivot to now?
Well, man, let's address the elephant in the room. Brandon has averaged 11.7 points per game against the OKC Thunder since 2023. 11.7. Hold on, my mic. Check. 11.7. Got some weather out here. I don't want to hear about any dirty plays because if we keep, because look, I didn't join this broadcast tonight with these gentlemen to play games with motherfuckers. You want to talk about a dirty play? This was a dirty play. That was a dirty play. We won't keep it real. Can we keep it a cool fucking buck? Oh, I'm sorry, the kids. Pardon me. Can we keep it a cool freaking dollar around here? Look, man. The man's been playing bad. The man is bad luck. I keep saying this. I'm not trying to get all metaphysical around here. The man is bad luck. The man's bad luck. Even with the last game the brother had, and I hope he's okay. The man had 21 points in the third quarter. He finished the game with 29 points. That means in 3 other quarters he had 8 points. The man is bad luck. The man got I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. But we can't get around like this continues to happen with this team. And of course it's not all his fault, because if you're Willie Green and you recognize look, this man's being bullied. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I could call it. The man's being bullied out here. You gotta find advantages for him, to free him up and get him, in advantageous positions. But to Lito's point, the brother not taking advantage of those advantageous positions. Sometimes a player just in your head, you know what I'm saying? There's sometimes it's like a fighter. Like, I just can't beat this motherfucker. You have all the physical skills you need, but sometimes you just can't do it. As far as Jake Fisher, shout out to him in his article. I think he covered the situation well. He has a relationship with Brandon dating back to Duke. This was, to Justin's point, illustrious host and co-founder. This is one of the worst case scenarios, bro. It's one of the worst case scenarios. It's like we knew that something like this would happen. We knew something like this would happen. You know why? Because when there's rain, there's thunder. And when there's thunder, there's lightning. That might as well have been from all the fucking OKC matchups we've had. But all that being said, I hope Brandon's okay. Best wishes to him, and take your time.
Yeah, hope Brandon's okay. Ross, what's up? Ross, you got a pizza spot in New Orleans?
Pardon me?
Ross, do you have a favorite pizza spot in New Orleans?
Oh, I got a couple. Is this a real question?
I think it'd just be Theo's.
I think he meant a couple of locations. Theo's locations.
Yeah, it is definitely Theo's. If you're into a nice thin crust pie, that's as good as it's going to get. But there are other differing styles. Pizza depends on what you're into. I like Theo's. We're a Theo's family.
Yeah.
Hey Justin.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts on the question.
I'm gonna get it tattooed on my forehead right here. Just boom.
No.
Okay. This is dedication.
What you got, Lito?
No. You see the one I just started? I was gonna ask you that, but should we wait till?
Yeah. Guys, good question. Because we did talk about this at the beginning of before we. We'll address this because Kai, you actually have a point. But we do have to talk about this, Ross and Chaz alluded to it. Like, this has to be David Griffin's worst case scenario. It has to be his worst case scenario, because you talk about extensions and talk about giving him money, and then you also talk about trade partners and so on and so forth, and the market's limited, and now, and look, he messed up his knee late in the season last year. Now he's got an ankle, and he couldn't put any pressure on it, and he had to be carried off, and it just looked bad. What do you do now? Because he's going to be out. Like
Griff, look me in the eye.
There really is no shoe sound.
That's how Gail needs to pull up on Griff. Just like that. Griff. And just don't say anything else. That's it right there. Just Griff. And watch him start blaming other people. Because that's what's going to happen. He's going to start blaming other people. This should have never happened. This should have never, ever, ever happened. We started the year. Brandon, to his credit, played 16 of the first 17 games. Averaging 20-something points, taking 6 or 7 threes a game, actually shooting okay from 3. And you were 4-13. 4-13. What are you waiting on? An invitation? This is it's. You brought this on yourself. I feel bad that the guy got hurt. Okay, that bad situation. You should have never been in this situation to begin with. It's unbelievable. Like it's unforgivable.
Facts.
Because now you are totally stuck. You are totally stuck. You have no options. Nothing. And if I'm Brandon, I don't know like what risk I'm even going to be willing to take to come back this season. Or, I mean, I don't know what his injury is, right? But I'm certainly not going to rush back. This team is going nowhere. I would almost feel better getting myself fully healthy throughout the season, going into the offseason, taking workouts with other teams, seeing what situation fits me best. You are stuck. You lost. We lost this situation. It's pathetic. But nobody's going to ask any questions, and no one's going to, hold anybody accountable or say, how did we get here? They're just going to go on about their business. Somebody's going to complain about injuries. If we just didn't have our whole team this year, it's going to be the same story, but this is unacceptable.
And look, Ross, you bring up a good point because I think this is an interesting point you just brought up, Lito. And I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear actually everybody's thoughts. Like, we have to understand, like, you can't blame injuries when you were just down 30. Like, you were down 30 again to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first half. Not to mention, you were down 30 against the Raptors and you were down 30 against New York. Like, you can blame injuries and so on and so forth, but you're starting to get your guys back and you're still consistently getting your ass kicked. Sorry, Will 5, but you're still getting your butt kicked every single night besides the Phoenix series, but the Phoenix game in which I didn't get to watch. But Lito, I don't want this to be a fall. Oh, well, injuries again. No, man, like, you're getting all your guys back besides Zion and Jose. Once again tonight, and Jared even tweeted out, he's like, you're down 20 again. I quote tweeted him, I said, no, you're down 30 again. You can blame injuries all you want, but when people are actually watching the games, they're down 30 again tonight.
I was talking to my homeboy last week.
Shout out to your homeboy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And he was saying we tough on Willie Green or whatever. And I was telling him that, like, yeah, I know. I don't know why he got faith in it. He got faith in him, I guess, to be anyways. So I was telling him it's kind of crazy how when you look at other teams around the league who missing they stars or role players or whatever, they always seem to find a way to like be a catalyst to getting a win against a better team, or even not even a better team, but just a win. Like, you got guys out, you implement new guys, they step up, they play basketball. We don't seem to have that kind of continuity in that situation. And I'm like, Willie not to blame for all of this, but he got a good portion of the blame on his. Like, everybody got blame at their feet. The stagnation in the offense is still just there. It's still just it's just a plotted down, like, no movement, nobody moving, and like
I was Brandon on the floor.
Well, I
saw a different team in the second half, which we'll talk about.
I was thinking about, we talked about Brandon's shot diet, and like, realistically, I think the way that he would, just Lou Dort in general, but for as physical as he can be, if he moved off ball when he didn't have the basketball instead of just standing, like, Lou Dort don't want to guard that. He don't want to guard multiple actions, multiple screens, and that's the easiest way that you could get BI look pin downs. You know what I'm saying? Like reverse the Princeton screen shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the base. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyways, all of that to say that what he just said in like 110.
You know, Chaz, we'll get to you in a second because I want to ask Jared. Go ahead, Chaz. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Because I was asked Jared because you brought up a point, Chaz, about coming into this game. Jared, Lou Dort has just put Brandon Ingram in a straitjacket. He's just, but yet you still see the same things with Brandon. Like, at what point, like, what would you have done differently tonight with Brandon Ingram with Lou Dort matchup? He goes 1 of 4 in the first half. Clearly not a good rhythm. He's clearly just taken away from the game, like you saw in the playoff series. Why was there no adjustment? Why was there no, like, what would you have done differently to get Brandon Ingram more involved, to maybe attack mismatches? Do you think it's more of a player thing? Do you think it's more of a coach scheme, or a coach thing, or a scheme thing? Like, what did you see tonight with the Brandon Ingram Lou Dort matchup in the first half?
To be honest, you would have to get Brandon on the move, right? Like, get Brandon downhill when I say that, right, north to south, and not allow him to be stagnant, right? Not put him in the mid post. I know he's like comfortable there, but so is Lou Dort, right? Like, Lou Dort seems to have the advantage in the mid post with Brandon. Although Brandon is taller than him, he's not strong enough. He's just not, especially like in his lower body extremities. So you'd have to get Brandon on the move, use his length to try to get to the rim as quickly as he can. So pin downs and having Brandon curl those pin downs, having the help side of who's ever screening, have them try to, over help, leaving the screener open. Like, there's so many adjustments out of that. And being a thinker would just allow you to think through those things. And neither Willie Green or Brandon, to be honest, are great thinkers of basketball at this point, right? Everything's slow, it's methodical, but it doesn't necessarily make sense against the team you're playing against, right? It might work for some teams, but what about the adjustments you need to make against the team you're playing against? You've seen this team a lot, right? You just played them. You had played them last year 4 times and you got swept. You still haven't made adjustments from that? Like, at some point, somebody got to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You played them again this year. Like, you still haven't made an adjustment from the playoff series. Somebody needs to get fired, bro. Like, what we're really talking about is inadequate coaching. No one's getting better because of Willie Green. And somebody needs to get fired. We're fucking around with this. He needs to get fired. And hey, if you need some money, right? If you're Gail and you're like, hey, I don't have enough money to fire Willie Green. To be honest, I don't have enough money. But I got a little change. If you need me, Gail, I got a little change just to get Willie out the door.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chaz.
Y'all boys good, man. I'm sorry. Y'all good, man. Y'all got these clips, man. Shit going crazy.
Make sure Gail gets the message, man.
Give that to Willie Green and tell him I want him out of here in 24 hours. And 23 of them are already gone. You understand?
Yeah. Hey, man. Look, I just think, look, this was all 100% predictable. We spoke about this. To Justin and Five's point, you already saw this team early in the season. You saw them without Chet. And to me, that makes a world of difference. Chet is an all-world defender at this stage. But I think Lou Dort, kind of like with Jared.
Wait, Chaz, can you say that one more time?
Chet is an all-world defender. Chet the man.
When he plays. When he plays.
Chet a bad motherfucker though when he's available. But I kind of felt like this with Jaren Jackson Jr. and Zion. It's like some players, Zion does better against Jaren Jackson Jr. than Brandon does against Lou Dort. But some players just kind of have your number a bit, and it's difficult for you to like outwit them in a chess game. But let's go back to decisions that should have been made all season. We got Willie Green. We got Brandon's contract situation. But this is something I spoke about 2 off seasons ago. You run the risk of that contract becoming a problem immediately going into the season. If there's a potential injury, if he underperforms, you may have yourself a Tobias Harris situation, whereas a guy, you know, falls off the proverbial cliff after you. Again, everyone knew. I called Justin the other day. Or I texted him. I was like, Justin, do you realize most of the NBA world agrees with us? Not these lusty motherfuckers online. The NBA world, these ain't people we know like that, even though y'all be surprised at who we know. But these are people saying, very surprised. Yeah, y'all right. Y'all right about everything. The NBA world is agreeing with us. Like what I don't understand what some people talk about. I don't understand what Lusty Griff is seeing. It's unbelievable. But we're not beating up on Brandon because we hope that he's okay, of course, like from a human element. It's just, again, you were down 30 in the first half with this brother available. It ain't like he had an off shooter night. He took 4 shots. So it's not an isolated incident is what I think we're all saying at this stage. But and last on that.
Dolomite.
Yes, Warden?
You do know a man by the name of Willie Green, don't you?
Some folks say that Willie Green was the baddest motherfucker the world ever seen. But I want you to...
That's gangster.
This guy, no, because it bears repeating that we're not talking about a coach that's won anything. Like,
he sucks.
Like I spent earlier today. You look at
the males I show.
Is this dude's won 132 and 137. He's got a losing record. Like
Dennis
Billy
Allen
Donovan
was literally the worst coach in the NFL.
Billy
like,
Donovan,
the
the other coaches like on the hot seat entering the year. Billy Donovan, he's got 400 wins and like 320 losses. His teams have mostly like been better than Willie Green's have. Taylor Jenkins, those Memphis teams won 50 games like in back-to-back years. Willie Green has done nothing. Like this, it's crazy to me that this almost feels like it has to be sold. It should be obvious. Like this should be obvious.
Ross. They hung on to Dennis Allen. He was like 27 and 54.
It's just sickening. What's the point of owning the team? Like, what's the point of having the team if you just don't care? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Get rid of the damn thing.
Ty Grays, if you're listening.
What I also just don't understand is like there's several things happening at once, right? Like even with the Willie Green experiment, okay, I was of the belief that you can't really fire him until your Zion comes back or you're at least relatively healthy. Mind you, you're really only missing one guy.
You're relatively healthy right now.
Yeah, you've
been down 30 or more three times in 10 days.
Mind you, you're not just healthy. You've had multiple practices at this point. You've practiced since the Suns game. You had a live game since then. This is a team you've seen several times. They're not going to do anything different. So what the fuck? Like you can't put forth a better effort than this. And it's just I think it's personnel along with Willie Green.
It's the perfect storm. But
hey, this hate right here. Hey, this hate, I respect it though.
Yeah, he do be wearing problems. Yeah, he do. Like he out here coaching this motherfucking asshole. Right?
First off, before I get to our next point, make sure you smash the like button. Helps the channel. Hit the bell notification so you know we're going live. Lito made fun of me the other night, mocking me. That was uncalled for. That's fine. I couldn't even defend myself. Literally couldn't defend myself. I was watching after the game. We had won a great high school basketball game, and I'm getting made fun of. That's okay. It's okay. I'll get my get back sooner or later. So make sure you smash that like button. The Willie Green technical foul, it's starting to become like it's almost like an acting job at this point. You should have been doing this like 2 years ago, but whatever. Lito. Brandon Ingram goes out.
Yeah.
Once again, hope he's okay. From a human element, human standpoint, as Chaz said.
Absolutely.
But man, did the offense look a lot better. They put up 51 points in the first half, and then they put up 58 in the second. What did you see, I guess, differently? Obviously, Trey Murphy comes in, goes 5-9 from the field, 3 of 6 of deep, 16 points. They played with more pace. Dejounte Murray, 8 of 15 from the field, got to the line 10 times, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals. I thought he did a great job in that comeback. It looked like they played with more pace, things that James Borrego preaches when Brandon went out. Did you see the same thing there? Or?
Yeah, I think that's like, I mean, that was my Brandon comment earlier. Like when I see his specifically him versus Dort, he doesn't play with pace. He doesn't play with pace in general. And like sometimes he will, but it's not consistent. So you got a bunch of athletes on this team. You have smart and capable high IQ guys. You put the basketball in DeJounte's hands and you run. You know what I'm saying? Like you get in the open floor. The shot's not falling. You get easier shots by running. You get layups. You get, you know what I'm saying, putbacks. You get dunks. You get the occasional three. TJ couldn't hit a fucking three tonight, but it was, yeah. I mean, it's weird because like you saw even more motion that was like not there in the first half or the first 3 quarters.
And yeah, and look, you're totally right. And Kai, we bring up this question because Jared, I have a question, and this is what Kai said for our audio listeners. I have a question on one of y'all's honest thoughts. Did the offense look better in the second half with Brandon out, or did they just play better defense? Because I think they just played better defense. Yeah, it's a combination of both, Kai, but also like defense turns in your offense, right? And you get out and run. Either way, you get stops, rebounds, whatever it may be. You're still playing with pace. You get the ball out, you advance it. You get to your spots, corners, you get rim runners, things of that nature, and then you attack. That defense when they're in transition, Jared, they looked like a completely different team from the first half to the second half. And look, this isn't the first time they played without Brand for a while. They played without Brand last year. They did this year. Moving forward, is this a team that's just going to just play with a bunch of pace, try to get up a bunch of threes and live like that? Because I saw a different team in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily just a Brandon thing. Hell, I think just playing small, right, is like really their only option at this point. JRE's minutes look really decent, to be honest. I think it was like plus 15. Just providing a little bit of space and being able to crash the boards. To be honest, it's probably a closer game if CJ McCollum knocks down a couple threes, right? Like if he's able just to knock down a couple, you're looking at a different basketball game. You just weren't able to get past like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5. Oh no, you couldn't get past 10, right? You couldn't break the threshold of 10 points or something like that, right?
We got to 9. We got to 9 at one point in the fourth quarter, like 2
right.
minutes left.
So like if you knock down a couple threes from CJ, if some of them fall, like it's a different basketball game. Maybe you're able to, tie it up, and you never know from that point. But I think a player like Dejounte, he doesn't like to be like half court offense. Everybody likes to run, right? When he gets out on a break, it seems like he makes better decisions than he does when he's in the half court. So I think you just have a bunch of athletes and guys running. They don't have to be in, certain places. They could just play through those standpoints.
Yeah, and Ross, I thought this was DeJounte's best game tonight. Looked comfortable, 26 points. Once again, attacked the rim, went 7-10 from the line, 3 of 8 from deep, 8 of 15. Felt like he just played differently because he played the first game with Brandon. Then when he came back, he's played with Brandon, right? Did he when he no, he did not.
No.
He didn't. Brandon wasn't
He had
available.
those couple, probably those first 2.
Yeah, Atlanta, he wasn't there.
3.
Phoenix was his first game. Well, the Chicago and Phoenix were his first games with Brandon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. With Brandon out, do you think DeJounte kind of starts getting more in a rhythm? Because I mean, look, we talked about this in the offseason, and Lito's talked about it too. Like and not only just Lito, but we've all talked about like how is DeJounte and Brandon's game going to coexist? Now, Lito had mentioned against Phoenix that he, those two kind of mesh pretty well. But tonight, I just thought DeJounte looked completely a different player.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to ignore the fact that in the second half, he spent an awful lot of time getting to the basket. Like, if you watch the game, it's hard to ignore that he was able to play downhill. The floor was more spread. He was getting all the way to the basket. He was getting to the free throw line. Like that's just what my eyes were telling me. Whether that's related to who was on the court or whether that was related to him starting to get into a rhythm, hey, you be the judge. I know. I mean, I think I know what my answer would be there. But I thought he looked better, and some of that definitely has to do with having more space. Like I mean, doesn't mean that he can't play well with Brandon, but it does mean that he's going to have more room to operate, and in the right like situations where they're able to play faster, they're able to play more up tempo. Like, yeah, I mean, I think this fits a little better. Like, I don't think Dejounte Murray is a walking up the court, Chris Paul, run a high ball screen. Like, that's not how he plays. That's not going to be what suits him the best. So, yeah, I mean, I like the way the second half looked, at least from a pace perspective.
Bro, Herb Jones and CJ McCollum both played 37 minutes on the first night of a back-to-back where you were down by 30. Like, what's the motherfucking point? Like, why? Like, I just don't. Yeah, I know Hawkins isn't playing, but I mean, this is the issue with Willie Green. The more winnable game is clearly, you knew the more winnable game was clearly the Spurs game, and by the second quarter, like this game was over in the second quarter. I don't care about the comeback. The game was
once
over.
You were down 30.
Once you were down 30, the game was over. You couldn't like find minutes for Jamal Cain, and I don't know if Reeves is with the team right now.
No, he just dropped 29 in the G League the other day.
Okay, so Jesus, you couldn't find.
Why is he? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No.
Why would he be in the? Why would he be in the? Why would Reeves be in the G League and not Cain? Cain has done like nothing.
Yeah,
like Reeves has at least at some point shown that he's like he belongs, and in these type of situations when somebody gets hurt, like he might be able to come in and do something.
That's not the case because he struggled. He went 0 for 3 after the game. He dropped 34 points, and they're like, that's enough. I've seen enough, and he's got to go.
And you have multiple guys that just came back on. CJ still is relatively fresh back.
CJ logging 37. And look, Herb Jones was on a minutes restriction 30 minutes, and now
they both
to 37.
And Brandon went over his minutes restriction last game. So it's like, why are you putting these things in place if you're not even going to really enforce them? You can't say it's based on, the flow of the game because you were down 30. Like, what are you doing? It's just stupid, man.
And Kofi, this is what Lito, like, help me out with this. I keep saying this almost every show. Whether he is good or bad, when you have spots on the roster in which you need, like, you're going to need Antonio Reeves. Like, what do you have with him? You traded up for him to draft him.
Yeah.
You have opportunity to play him. You're 5 and 19 now.
Yeah.
And he's in the G League. You're down 30 tonight. Like,
and you're not going to play, but it's more than that, Justin, because Willie Green could have told you before this game, Cain is not stepping on the floor unless some kind of worst case scenario. He's not going to play him at all, period. Point blank, period. He ain't playing. So what's the purpose of even having that guy on the roster right now? And then then Javonte Green plays 9 minutes in a game where Brandon doesn't play basically at all in the second half because that injury happened 30 seconds in. It just doesn't make sense.
And Brandon played 18 minutes.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, not that I'm like vouching for Javonte Green getting more minutes, but it
goes back to thinking
it's not ideal.
Jared talks about this all the time. Jared literally talks about this all the time, how you're on a back-to-back. Herb Jones coming off injury. CJ McCollum coming off injury. You're down 30 in the first half. Once again, you punt it. You just punt it. Like, you got Carlos sitting on the bench. He's not even dressed out. And I don't give a shit if Carlos has had a bad G League game or not. It doesn't, like, I'm not even saying Carlos like a savior of some sort, but like, what do you have with? I still don't know what we have with Carlo. I still have no clue. You're 5 and 19, and I like how he can't get any run.
Well, and
he must be that bad. He must.
And let me ask you this: what the hell are they doing with the bench?
What do you mean?
Look at who's on. Like, there's not a guard. Like they're like, I guess Cain really, but like there's really not a guard on the bench.
Well,
you got Tice, Jemison, JRE, I guess Brandon Boston. I'm sorry, Trey Murphy. But like, so you basically have one extra guard. Like you have one guard on the bench. Like, what the hell are Tice and Jemison doing? I would rather I truly mean this. Like, I would rather anyone else on the bench than Tyson Jemison. Anyone. Just
Anybody?
Yeah.
Frank from
anyone.
UNO? Frank?
Yep. I'd rather Frank from UNO. I would rather
Shut up, Frank.
Salute.
Go on.
Go on, dude. Balls.
We're getting jabbed.
Bro, the Pelicans are 7.5 games behind 10th.
This is what I'm talking about. But Chaz, it goes from top to bottom. We talk about being down 30, punting, you have a back-to-back. Just thinking a step ahead, bro. It's over. It's over. I try to be as optimistic as possible. 24 games, it's over. Zion, I still don't think Zion's coming back. I still don't think he's coming back. Brandon Ingram, like ankle sprains, whatever, like as Ross alluded to earlier in the show, why would he come back? Why would he rush back?
He just missed 9 games with a phantom injury.
Five. It was 5.
I'm sorry, 5. 9
calf.
days. I think it was 9 days. He was 5 games with a phantom injury. It's
8 games out of 10th place, like 8 games out of the last play-in spot.
But
we're gonna figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Who did that?
Me.
It's unbelievable, bro.
I'm working over here.
It's unbelievable, bro, because you're 2 games behind the Utah Jazz, right? And it's like it's crazy because if you look at like the scenario, there's at least 3 teams ahead of the Pelicans who aren't going to be trying to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like the Lakers aren't trying to lose, the Spurs aren't trying to lose, the Kings aren't trying to lose. So at best, if you just go all out, you finish 12, 13.
You said the Kings?
Yeah, the Kings. I said that as well.
And Portland either. Portland's not trying to lose. They're just playing young players.
Trying to lose. So it's like, what are you doing, bro? And yeah, of course, you're not gonna ask players to sit and things like that, but it's just too much weird. It's too much weird shit. Too much backstabbing on this team. Too much indecision on this within this organization. Too many different agendas on the same roster of players. It's terrible. Shout out to Cash Patel. I know that ain't your name. That's what I'm gonna call you, Big Cash.
Go ahead, Chaz.
Only thing I look for. Hold on. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Oh yeah. But only thing I look forward to is catching your post-game stream. You guys keep it real. It's a great watch. Second highlight for me is sparring with the clowns on X who criticize you for being too honest. It's entertaining. Salute to you, brother.
Don't settle. Go hard on them dudes. Everybody's trying to play the right way. Salute. Be aggressive.
Salute, KP. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you,
KP. Lito, you want to talk? You want to say anything?
Yeah, just about the Antonio Reeves point. It's funny that you played a team tonight that is the total opposite in how they do their draft picks. Like OKC is a team that look at the guys from when they drafted them to like how they play them. They always get them involved. They always seem to have a developmental plan for guys, and that's a great team to mirror if you were going to do that, getting them real NBA minutes. Because, I mean, it's like Antonio is probably – I haven't seen what he's been doing out there, but he's likely probably one of the better players in the G League. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a real test for him.
Basketball, it's a heck of a name, but brings up an interesting point here. Jared, just YouTube name is basketball, so shout out to you. Appreciate this comment. Jared brings up an interesting point. Obviously with Brandon, I'm guessing it's an ankle sprain. Hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully it's not anything more serious. Opens up starting spot for Trey Murphy.
Here you go again.
Assuming it's Trey Murphy.
Yeah, we don't know with Willie Green. God, who knows?
Yeah.
Tony Snell might look. Tony Snell might come in. Who knows? You would think Trey Murphy would now start. Good opportunity here for Trey Murphy. That was
I mean, is it though? To be honest, is it though? Right? Like nobody's stopping Trey from. Do you know who his coach is? Have you been watching the last 4 years? Do you not see?
I don't even. I've not penciled him into the starting lineup.
No, you can't. We can't pencil anything in with Willie Green, bro. We don't know what this man's capable of. We don't know. We don't know.
God
Like the logical things don't matter to him. They don't. Nothing, bro. You were down
Look at
30.
Look at this.
See? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But would it surprise you though? Like that's the thing.
That wouldn't surprise me. Is Javonte gonna start? It's gonna be Javonte.
Bro,
like,
that would be crazy, dog. That would be crazy.
Shout out to David Grubb. Might be B.I.'s last game in New Orleans.
Yeah,
damn, I hope not.
Just to go back though on the difference in the Pelicans and OKC. I mean, it's interesting to me. They got AJ Mitchell, who played tonight, a guy they drafted in the second round this year.
They do the same thing last year with Wallace.
That they found 19 minutes for a game in the guard spot. This is the same team that runs guards out there of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Caruso, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, Isaiah
and the other
Joe,
Jalen Williams hurt right now.
Guys, but he's a big guy. I'm talking about just at the guard.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah,
6 names of guards, pretty much all of which were there last year on a team that would finish first. And think about that. They drafted a dude in the second round that clearly they have liked enough to say, we could find 18, 19 minutes.
Ain't that crazy. Man? It's crazy. We were talking about it last year because we were like, wait, hold on a second. When we were talking about, I think me and you talked about it. I was like, man, Wallace getting looks and Jordan Hawkins getting good looks. Yeah. I'm like, it's just the process of things, man. It's so backwards here.
I wanted to speak on something David Grubb just said.
What did he say?
Trey got 3 shots in the second half. Me looking at the box score, bro, 5 for 9. CJ, you gotta put that gun away, CJ. Put that gun away. But even shout out to Brandon Boston, but Brandon Boston has more shots than Trey Murphy. CJ did too much, bro. Did way too much. 19 shots. That's just, I appreciate the effort, and CJ closed expertly against the Suns, but god damn, CJ. Like,
CJ might be playing for that.
CJ playing for his exit.
Yeah, no. Can someone I saw Von Surreal, I've seen a couple comments. Did anybody see Borrego's halftime rant? I didn't. Nobody. If the chat could clear that up for us, that'd be great. Make sure you smash that like button. That would be great. I don't know what James Borrego said at halftime.
I think he said, I ain't hear no bell. Say, I ain't hear no bell, Get up. I just made that up, by the way. But I just that would be funny if he did say that. Down 30. Hey, is anyone's game?
I'm glad you pulled this comment up.
From basketball,
because from basketball. Because 5, we had a good conversation about this after the last show, or I guess during the last show, about like what Trey is and what Trey is not. And I don't know. This might be like a little too harsh, but it's not that far off either. Like, we don't run anything that if you don't watch the Pelicans all the time, I could see how somebody might say this. Like, or if you just, basketball just a base level, I could see how somebody would be like, he's just a spot up shooter. Because that's kind of what it looks like sometimes. Because he's at his best whenever he doesn't have to, he makes more shots when he doesn't have to dribble, when he's put in situations that almost look like spotting up. The problem is we don't run anything to get him in that spot. So yeah, it does. There are times when it looks bad. Having said that, I thought Trey might have played it like this was the most active defensively I think I've ever seen him. Period.
I think a lot of people. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I thought he played the best defensive game I've seen him.
I think a lot of people don't watch a lot of other teams. If you look at even Anthony Davis's early time here, or you look at Lauri Markkanen now, the majority of their buckets are assisted buckets. It's not. He's supposed to be benefiting from gravity and moving off ball, things of that nature. that's what people understand it. So, it's to me, it's kind of I think context is wasted in some of these conversations because it really don't matter what you say. But go watch Lauri Markkanen and how he's used and compare that to how Trey Murphy's used. And those are two very similar players being used in two totally different ways. That's the point that we try to make on this show.
Hold on before you go. Like, I would love for Trey to be a Klay Thompson. Like, you talk about spot up shooter. Like, I would love for Trey to turn into that. The problem is, right? You don't, again, to Ross's point, you don't run anything to get him in the positions that he likes to shoot in. Pause. Like, that's what we need to start looking at. Like, he shouldn't just be getting his offense through the flow of somebody else's gravity all the time. Like, you might want to use that guy, the efficient shooter that's supposed to be here, and create gravity through him to get other people open. But go ahead, Justin.
You know what's crazy is that Trey Murphy would flourish under James Borrego. I mean, he would absolutely flourish. And people are like, well, Borrego.
He's there.
Bro. No, he ain't there, though.
You think? Yeah.
Right. People need to I keep saying this. Just go watch James Borrego's offense in Charlotte. It's a 5-minute clip, YouTube. Just go James Borrego's offense in Charlotte. And I keep saying this, and I keep challenging you on this shit. Go watch his offense and tell me any of the sets or any of the actions they've ran in New Orleans.
Yeah,
it's all Willie Green. It's all.
Look how Snyder and them is using Bogdan in Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's it's like, come on. I don't know. With some things, I could say, like, let's say rebounding or defense, for example. I could say that's 100% on the player. But when you know a player's strengths and limitations, why aren't you using or maximizing those strengths and said limitations? Like, shout out to him. He took how many free throws he took? He took 3 free throws tonight. Damn, this is crazy, bro. I don't even want to say nothing about the stat I just saw. But anyway, he took 3 free throws tonight. And bro, Justin, you know what stat I'm talking about? This is just unbelievable. Make these trades, bro. Like, let's stop playing. Make the fucking trades, bro.
Can someone please clear up what James Borrego said at halftime? Because, like, we keep talking about this. I've had multiple conversations with Jay. Like, his basketball, like, just the way he talks basketball, Jarrett. The way he talks, like, you've been in a press conference with him post game. It's just different. Yeah, he's just different. He's elite. His IQ, the way he thinks the game. It's just.
And Justin, we're not saying like this team will be like a perennial all-star because he'd be the coach. No, they just having an identity, right? Yep. The thing that we've been talking about. At least they'd probably be entertaining, and we can actually judge the players because we'd have a baseline of what they're supposed to do.
On what they would do on a nightly basis. Yes. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to live and die on. This is it right here.
Yeah. That.
So what's in the next top fan questions? What you got, Justin?
Yeah. What do y'all have anything?
I just think
it's the same shit.
How long y'all think Hawkins out?
I don't know. What's that you saw, Jazz?
Man, it's an unfair stat. But I was just like, well, damn, Brandon had 2 free throw attempts and Trey had 3. And that's like their season averages is Brandon's averaging 2 free throw attempts, Trey's averaging 3 free throw attempts. And I'm just like, how in the fuck? Like, just some of this is just inexplicable to me why retaining most of these dudes is really even a conversation. Like, I don't even get it. Herb Jones had 7 attempts.
Herb Jones had 7 free throw attempts?
Yes.
This Herb
I don't even understand this, bro. Like, come on, man. That's just fucking like last game. I think Brandon might have had 6 free throw attempts, if I'm not mistaken. 2 of those were technical foul attempts. So it's like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah. All right, let's get to fan questions. Once again, presented by John Deere Sunshine, Standard Mortgage, DraftKings, Theo's, and of course, powered by 4D. Oh, sorry, I didn't see Grub.
Oh, nah, that was Grub said that. Man, I hope that's not the case.
What is the injury?
He got a tear. Like, a fissure is a tear. So
Who? Hawkins?
yeah, that's a tear, like a micro tear.
Wow.
So
Yeah, Dwayne. I don't know. Would you rather Alvin Gentry back or Alvin's never going to coach again. But he's just. I think he's in his front office role in Sacramento. He's happy, like he's never come back. The easy thing to do here is just promote James Borrego, and just go from there. So, yeah, best villager. We were down 30. I'm sorry, we were down 20.
A lot.
We were down
20,
a lot.
20 a lot.
Yeah, we were down a lot. Okay, Ross, Denzel Horton. Appreciate your comment.
shout out to Denzel, man.
Appreciate you, Denzel. Ross, this is David Griffin's best case scenario because now he can re-sign Brandon for cheap. He planned this.
He playing.
Look me in the eye.
There really is no shoe sale.
There ain't no plan. He just out here lying, man. He's out here lying.
Oh wow.
I don't think that I don't know the injury. We don't know the injury. But it's I think it's the best case scenario for the team. I hate to say that. I mean, but so the narrative you had started to hear about $40 million contract extension. That's dangerous. Like these are dangerous things to be just throwing around. I don't
think
know
that was during the off season too.
Jesus Christ. He didn't plan anything. That's all I know. Griffin ain't got nothing planned. He's a bum. He stinks.
He's a freak.
I don't know what scenario this is. The whole organization is a bad scenario.
They're more worried about thumbnails than actual winning games.
They're worried about thumbs, all right.
Yeah,
Grub, are you talking about are you saying that Hawkins has a degenerative condition, or are you speaking about MPJ? Because I saw somebody bring up MPJ. Oh, you said because man, I hope Hawkins ain't got no degenerative back issues. Because
I really don't hope that.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, dang! Say Hawkins has a degenerative condition.
So, hey, Joey brings up a good point here because look, I think Willie should be fired. Fucking beginning of the year, last year. But 5 respectfully, we need to keep Willie until after the All-Star break for our tanking odds because he's so bad. Hold on strong, brother. What are your thoughts on that?
No, man, I can't sit back and watch another 60.
But if you're looking at tank, look, if you're looking at a top 35 pick, this is the guy. This is the guy.
No, because he believes he can win. That's the problem. Like, I need somebody to know we're supposed to lose. The problem, Willie thinks he's better than what he is. Willie probably believes he's a top 5 NBA coach.
And he ain't 5th.
This dude is not even. Never mind, bro. I don't even want to get to that point. I don't want no lawsuits and no shit like that.
Lito just left the show. He's had enough. Lito's out. He just left.
Bro, it's a terrible product. So nah, man, I can't do it. I can't sit up and watch bad basketball for that long. I've done it enough.
Chaz, actually, an interesting question from BG.
Think about that. Think about just hold on.
Go ahead.
There are people that genuinely think, and I don't disagree. And I don't disagree that we are worse off. We are going to lose more games with keeping Willie Green, who's trying to win games, than we would be with any other coach. That's how bad this guy is. People think you want to tank, just let him do what he's doing. Just keep him around.
Lito's
He's a
back.
bum.
Hey, Lito.
Bum.
Do you want to say it one more time? Hey, Lito, do you know what tomorrow is?
Stinks.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, you know what tomorrow is? You got any idea where I'm going with this? All right. Pelicans are 5-19.
Oh,
and Wemby's back supposedly.
You told me a couple weeks ago this question. Like, what would it realistically take for Willie to get fired? And you're smart. You said they have to be 5-20. Brandon Ingram's out. Zion Williamson's out.
The prophecy shall be fulfilled.
They got San Antonio tomorrow.
Lose by 30. Lose by 30 tomorrow.
See, you even got to put caveats on it for it to even work, bro. You got to put caveats on it. You know what I'm saying?
I just can't see Willie getting fired. I don't see it no more. Because the reason why that is because I think that Suns game bought him at least.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah. It bought him more credit than it should. But I think that Suns game bought him something. It being at home, and it's like in the fashion that they won, and they closed out a tough game, and it's like again games like that. Those are the worst case scenarios. Like that's how ridiculous I think. Like, we all know Griff wants Willie gone, but the ownership is like, shout out to Jake Fisher again. He made a point to say, yeah, and I have an idea of the Pelicans person who gave him this quote is like, ownership is loyal to their people. It's like, look, an addict is loyal to the drug they're on. Like these people, like it's fucking, it's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable. I think Willie's here until All-Star break, personally.
You're a man of your word. You said 5-20, you'd be gone. Tomorrow could be 5-20.
Gotta lose by 30 though.
I hope and pray. Come on, Wendy.
Gotta lose by 30.
So
a win
Eshe,
that gets a decimated team buys you another month.
This is the problem. Starts with the fan base and everything like that. Because what you're saying isn't wrong. And what Eshe says for our audio listeners, Willie won't get fired because of injury concerns. I'm going to just revert back to tonight. You were once again relatively healthy. You were missing Zion Williamson per usual because he's never playing. You were down 30. You lost last week to the worst team, one of the worst teams in the league. They were 0-10 on the road. They beat your ass by whatever it was, by I think 30. You lost to the Knicks by 40. So we can't get in this whole, Willie, the injury. No. You can't get lost in the fact that they were relatively healthy. You got to watch the games. The product under Willie Green stinks. It stinks. It flat out stinks. He doesn't listen to anybody. He doesn't make adjustments. He's not a good X's and O's guy. By the way, he's a defensive guy. Oklahoma City put up 75 in the first fucking half tonight. 75 points. Do the math. That's on pace for 150.
Do the knowledge.
That guy stinks, man. Willie Green's awful.
So don't give me this shit that, they're no, bro. Actually, I know, bro. I'm with you're right. I know.
You talking about the non-knowers.
But SJ, people really do believe that, man, he can't just get healthy, man. It's unlucky. No. This is who he is.
Justin, you talk about unlucky, right? These people just not living right, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. They just not living right. Like, good things come to good people. Eventually, like, the cycle of life just, turns. We all go through shit. Sometimes I tore my Achilles. I wasn't living wrong. It shit just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, but eventually things turn around. Not for this team. No. Somebody.
But the press conference,
wrong.
that's what he believes. It's hang on. It's gonna turn around. Winter's coming.
These folks are living wrong, bro. They got a lot of dead bodies under that Smoothie King Center, man. Yeah, y'all might want to go around and get your Kyrie on and sage the whole building or something, because you might not see a winning team for a minute.
Y'all think it's strange that, because we saw Griff's video, we don't need to revisit that. But y'all think it was something it was on Chatbait. I was trying to find a stream for the game, and Griff just popped up out of nowhere. And nothing's worse than when you're trying to hit the X button and the shit just won't work.
Santa baby, this slip was sable under the tree for me. Being an awful good girl, Santa baby, just hurry down the chimney tonight.
There's people in prison for far less than with this man. Anyway, I'm gonna say, when do y'all think Token comes out and says something? Because it's like, yo, y'all just not gonna address what the fuck is going on out here on the court. Like Mike Brown, all these people have come out and they talking crazy. Like they're like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. Like, you know, like
You saw what Udoka said? You saw what Udoka said?
No, I didn't.
Bro, all these. Go ahead. I don't just.
You know what's funny? Griff talked at Herb Jones's jersey.
Oh yeah.
in Alabama.
Don't get me started.
So you mean to tell me you can go 2-3 hours away and talk at a jersey retirement, but you can't even speak for the organization that pays you?
It's crazy.
Damn, Jared.
Shout out to the Thunder, man. Yeah, I think we got a Thunder fan. Appreciate you, bro.
Thunder up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You should have killed
Should have
the
been a
Pels.
30 piece.
Salute.
Not, I'm taking
the
my
right way.
back.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. But hopefully we hear from Token soon.
Yeah, hopefully. 504. But the smartest decision I ever made for this year was to cancel the tickets. Because I knew this shit. I canceled the ticket. Joke's on you. Y'all worry about thumbnails and all this other shit. Joke's on you. Joke's on you.
Hey man, I would feel so played had I bought some season tickets from the Pelicans, bro.
Hey, I gotta tell a story. I was at I actually saw Ross at Superior Grill tonight. It was actually had a great margarita, had a great marg. Out with the family. I ran into somebody I knew. It was she's had tickets for 15 years. A cancer survivor. It was her and her son. And she was saying, you know, the Pelicans kind of kept her alive last year. Like she just loves going to the games. Like she just loves going to the games. She said this year that she is canceling her tickets, and she is so disappointed that she is literally canceling her tickets because she can't stand wasting money. My wife literally was like, "Hey, like, you know, do you like going to the game?" She goes, "No, I want my money back," because she is so sick and tired of the product on the court. There's a comment here tonight saying there's more OKC fans in the building.
Yo, we know y'all in here. You motherfuckers got this lady sitting in chairs that break with torn seats and cushions with no cotton in them. You sons of bitches. You guys are pathetic. We know y'all in here. You guys are pathetic. All y'all in here pathetic. You guys are pathetic. The people deserve better. That lady deserved better. That night, Ross came in here. He was a little on the sauce. Them people Ross was talking to, they deserve better. You guys fucking suck. You're
He was
pathetic.
kind of on the sauce.
You guys fucking suck.
Homeboy was cross-eyed.
You guys
he
suck.
was looking inward.
That's ridiculous. You can't get the fucking right names in the post game. And look, it was the next
You're
day
mad
and you
at me.
never finished it. It was the next day. You had at least 20, 30 comments saying, hey, that's not Javonte Green. That's Dejounte Murray. And you never fixed it.
Hey, year 2029, Chaz, they're coming, baby. But hey, $1 billion organization versus $25,000 corporation. Here we go. Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They're more worried about us than winning. So it's what it is.
No, Justin. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not. It's not.
I mean,
because
I am drinking some wine on it.
Because you know the fucked up thing is they represent the city in that way, right? Like we are all a reflection of what they do. This is the product they put out because we consume this product. This must be good enough for the people in New Orleans. So this is what we're gonna put out. They don't even mind that you mess up the names on $1 billion franchise. That but yet I'm gonna call out to the small media team, this media, outside media, because they mess up a name. Like, this is what you're comparing yourself to? Yeah. We doing this now? All right, bet. Oh, bet.
The Pelicans are like checkers. They're not even like rallies. They're like checkers. Y'all ain't got nowhere to sit. Y'all, it's cold as a motherfucker outside. I gotta wait on my wings. What the fuck? Y'all suck. Y'all stink, bro. Y'all suck.
Yo, Chaz, that's so right, bro. Listen, Hammond used to have a rallies, and when they switched to checkers, bro, we went. We thinking, okay, it's the same thing.
Yeah, same shit, right?
Bro, we ordered like I come from a family. It's 8 of us in the house. 5 burgers didn't have meat on it. Pause. Like this is what the Pelicans represent. This is exactly what the fucking Pelicans.
But we're the
right?
problem. But Jared, we're the problem. We are the problem.
Just gave y'all some bread.
That's a perfect analogy.
You hot dog a meatless sandwich, yo.
Yeah, like, what kind of shit is that, bro?
They just gave you a bag of buns.
Yeah, look, you literally gave me a burger, like a literal burger.
But Lito, they keep attacking. Like that's the funny part. They keep attacking. Like they keep.
Hey, bro.
You would think they would just leave us alone.
Why we shitting on them? You sons of bitches. I don't care. Yo, it's fanatics. No, it was y'all because I knew your work. I know your work when I see it. You motherfuckers was mailing out jerseys without the players' numbers and names.
And that was Rocky, right? Was that was Rocky?
Rocky got one, and other people got dog. And this lady is a beautiful person. You mailed Trey Murphy's mother a jersey without the fucking name on it. You incompetent fucks. You incompetent fucks. What is the matter with you?
Why don't you even have a Trey Murphy jersey?
You
just paid him.
You just paid him.
You just paid him. So nobody thought like,
thing, bro.
Oh, let's put the dude we just paid jersey in the team store.
Let's make sure this works.
And Rocky, and by the way, Rocky's a season ticket holder. So like, I was like, wait, why'd you have to order the jersey online? She's like, oh, there's no jerseys inside the Smoothie King Center.
So she had to customize it herself.
You
And
know
that's an extra fee.
That is.
That's an extra fee that she has to do.
No, this is.
It's tough.
It has to be PCP. It has to be. Like that's the only thing I can. Dog, Jesus.
What's up, Donald? You missed a heck of a show. Hour 7.
You gotta watch the rerun.
Yeah. Look, Corey says a DUI jersey. Get some iron on.
Yeah, they send it with a marker. Like, just man, put whoever's name on that shit you want.
Like, title, name, and rank so separately.
Malik, shout out, salute to you, 8-month member. Let's play name organization.
Hey, Malik's like he's watching the show like
I think he's in
somewhere else.
Bali or something crazy.
Oh wow, be safe.
I could be completely wrong about that.
Dedication.
I might be completely wrong.
That's
Either way, Malik, shout out to you.
Wherever you at,
bro.
Shout out to Wahab. And shout out to everybody overseas, man. The vets, everyone who supports the show.
Shout out to all the comments, the people that watch.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Boo Crusade guys in Japan. We appreciate you, bro.
Wait, Boo Crusade guys really Japan?
Yep, we got game out in Guam. Shout out to Guam. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. This is what
Malik's in Guam. Malik's in Guam.
That's in Guam. Sorry, my bad, Malik.
I just signed with Clutch. They negotiating how much the Pels are going to pay me to attend games as a fan. They told me they got 20,000 drink voucher. Hey, tell them I don't want no ice because I know how y'all is. And everything you get is soda water. Raggedy bitches.
Yeah. Y'all got anything else? I mean, I don't. This has been a very fun show. We got another show tomorrow night.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Wemby, man.
Yeah, and look, guys, we have about 58 more of these, I think. If my math might be wrong. So, but I'll tell you what, for real, the fans and the people in the comments make the show. Like we really do show up for y'all, man. I can't thank y'all enough. It's hard doing this shit. It's really hard. I mean, to be honest, I watched about 2 quarters tonight. If we really being real, I watched 2 quarters tonight,
bro. Like, I was out tonight because originally I wasn't going to be able to make the show. I wanted to upload this real quick. I want to show this. See, this is what I'd rather be doing. I'd rather for the people to have tots. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to get the tots. Shout out to Company Burger. We want y'all to get a slice. You know what I'm saying? Get a couple pies. Shout out to Theos. You know what I'm saying? We want you guys to have good energy. Shout out to 4D. See, I'd rather be somewhere with a scantily clad young lady having the time of my life. But I'm here watching this bullshit ass game with these fucking do-nothings out here. Fucking seats I gotta climb on the roof to fix the antenna. I can't even get good reception in this bitch. I almost got electrocuted because it's thunder and lightning, and I gotta deal with this shit. I gotta deal with this type of bullshit. Like it's just what do you do, man? You're born here. What are you gonna do?
Shout out to you, Lauren, by the way.
Shout out to Lauren, also season ticket holder.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, Sunday after the Spurs game, we'll be 5-20. Lito, you got anything special for 5-20? Should we create some shirts?
520.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shout out to 504 boy in that super chat.
Boy, don't you let that happen at 5. Boy, don't you let that happen.
Don't you let that 520 happen.
We gotta find the clip because
if they go 5-20, I'm gonna be doing this. I am having a ball.
Donald.
Donald. Donald.
No.
Shout out to Donald.
But we talked about this. Hold up, time out. We talked about this last year. It can be pause moments if it's a super chat.
That's
all right, yeah.
That's crazy.
No.
Can we bring up the ukulele?
Are you saying it's okay?
Justin said, if they tipping, I ain't
That's
tripping.
fucking right.
You a trick.
That's
Crazy, bro. Watch this, guys. I got y'all. Watch this. Yes, it is totally fine, by the way, guys. If you have a super chat,
No, bro. No, bro.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
I know that one. Wow.
Hey,
Donald, appreciate you,
appreciate you, brother.
Uh,
Shout out
make
to
sure y'all-
Dorian, man. Shout out to-
What up, Dorian? What's up, man? We'll do the live line tomorrow. I don't have prospects in here, but we'll do a live line for y'all tomorrow. Smash that like button. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification, Lito, so let you know we're going live. So appreciate y'all. You have a great Saturday night. And there's Prospect, my fucking guy. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Peace. Get you out here hoeing.